Hey church family, Conrad here. Hope you're doing all right. I'm filming from the backyard of the Bat Cave and wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at with the COVID-19 stuff and services and all that. First off, the governor's stay-at-home order, as you guys probably know, is expired on May 1st. We're into kind of the next phase of things, and so Sam and Chris and I have talked about, well, what does that look like? What do the facts say? What does the recommendations from our government say? And so we've really been trying to wrestle with what's that right middle of the road between being reasonable but also being thoughtful about things. Here's the plan. I wanted to kind of run through this with you. You'll see this in the newsletter as well. So if you've got any questions, you should be able to see that in your email, and by all means, give us a call. So here's what we're doing. We've looked at the guidance. We've looked at the state of the pandemic. We're watching things pretty carefully here. And based on what we see, we think we're going to be able to resume services at IWU in a limited capacity starting on May 17th. And so what that means is a couple things. It's going to be different than usual. It's not going to be the normal service where everybody's there and we're hugging and handshaking and all of that stuff. Things are going to be a little bit different, just owing to the situation here. So a couple things here. Face masks are strongly recommended, so by all means, if you've got one you've made or you've got some at your house, wear one of those, bring one of those. We're gonna try and follow that recommendation to use those things. If you don't have one and you need one, get in touch with us and we'll try and make a way. I know that some of our crafty ladies have been sewing up a storm, and I know my wife's been one of them, although we've got a lot more pinned than sewn, but I've got a Batman mask and it's fantastic. So plan on seeing me with that. People who are over 65 or have underlying health stuff, just please stay home. We love you. We don't want anything to happen, and we know there's a lot of people who are anxious to get out and about, and we're anxious to see you all, but if you are in that category, just please consider just staying home and using remote viewing. We're going to have social distancing in effect during the service, so we're going to have to play around with what this looks like, but to start with, we're going to take all the tables out, and then we'll have rows spaced out so that people can have some distance between families. We're not going to have nursery or kids classes, and we just think that having kids slobbering on each other is probably not the best idea right now. So for the time being, it'll be basically family service, and kids will sit with their families, and so it's going to be loud, it's going to be fidgety, and that's okay. For the older kids, have them bring a pen and a notebook, have them take some notes, listen. For the younger kids, bring something for them to do, some coloring or a quiet toy, and that's okay. And we'll do the best we can, and that'll be all right. I know that when we're all together, we typically like to hug and handshake and all that, but for the moment, we just kind of need to relax on some of that. So keep physical contact to a minimum. We're going to do as best as we can to just minimize the amount of things that get touched. So doors will be propped open. We're going to try and have the handouts laid out carefully so that you don't have to take a handoff from somebody. We're just going to try and do some sensible things. We'll adjust it if it doesn't work, but we're trying to find that happy medium. So help us with that if you would, and that means there's not going to be coffee options, so bring your coffee with you, bring your own travel mug kind of thing, and we'll do the best we can here. And then we are going to work on different options to have services be able to be viewed remotely. So like we've been doing, we may record those and then post them later on in the day. Aaron and the technology guys are working up different ways to live stream, and so if we can get that working, we certainly will. But bear with us on that. Watch out for those options, and for those of you who cannot join us, we encourage you to take advantage of one of those remote viewing options. And then by all means, as things evolve, we'll put out details in the newsletter. We wanted to give everybody some notice, so just keep in mind May 17th will be our first week back. It'll be limited, be a bit different, and all the same though, we're excited to be with you. We're excited to worship, and we hope you all stay safe in the meantime. We will continue to watch the guidance from local and state, and just make sure that we're in tune with that. I'll be verifying this week with IWU that we're okay to meet in that building, and But in the meantime, just to extend everybody some grace. We'll roll with it, and we look forward to seeing you. We love you. Thanks.